till we wanna leave it. You and I flying on an aeroplane tonight. We're going somewhere where the sun is shining bright. Just close your eyes. Let's pretend we're dancing in the street in Barcelona. 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 Up on the dance floor, move. It's a Saturday night. I fell in love with the sparkle in the moonlight, reflected in your beautiful eyes. I guess that is destiny doing it right. And just like they do in the Mediterranean, spin you around me again and again. You're like something that God has sent me. I want you, baby, solamente. You and I were flying on an aeroplane tonight. We're going somewhere where the sun is shining bright. Just close your eyes. Let's pretend we're dancing in the street in Barcelona. 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 Oh, Barcelona. So let's pretend we're dancing in the street in Barcelona. Las Ramblas, I'll meet you, we'll dance around La Sagrada Familia. Drinking sangria, mi niña, te amo, my cariño. Mamacita, rica, sí, te adoro, señorita. Nosotros, vive la vida. Come on, let's be free in Barcelona. Las Ramblas, meet you. Come on and dance with me in Barcelona. Drinking sangria, I just want to be in Barcelona. Mamacita, rica, feel that summer breeze in Barcelona. Nosotros, vive la vida. Siempre vida en Barcelona. When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. And I was running from my brother and his friends. Tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. I was younger then. Take me back to when I found my heart, broke it, made friends and lost them through the years. And I've not seen the boring fields in so long. I know I've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle lonely. 15 years old and smoking and rolled cigarettes, running from the law through the backfields and getting drunk with my friends. Had my first kiss on a Friday night. I don't reckon that I did it right, but I was younger then. Take me back to when we found weekend jobs, and when we got paid, we'd buy cheap spirits and drink them straight. Me and my friends have not grown up in so long. Oh, how we've grown. I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill.
You can see right through it. That's so cool. That's cool. And then you can
One friend left to sell clothes. One works down by the coast. One had 2 kids but lives alone. One's brother overdosed. One's already on his 2nd wife. One's just barely getting by. But these people raised me, and I can't wait to go home. And I'm on my way. I still remember these old country lanes when we did not know the answers, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill.
Welcome back to the shop. Happy Saturday morning. I did not have a good night last night. My Hokies got their butt whooped by Duke. So I'm not the happiest of campers, but you still got root your boys on. So anyway, so what you just saw was essentially me popping this bad boy out of the mold and doing a little bit of wet sanding with a 60 grit diamond block here. Still got like diamonds embedded. As my son says, we can just sell all these sponges and make a lot of money. I wish. But I can be honest with you, I can't be happier with how the sink came out of the mold. I'm just pumped on the look of this thing. So I've been sanding it. It's got a little bit of dust caked on here, but so what I'm gonna try to do today is, I don't know if this picks up here, but yeah, you can see this line. They're very subtle. I don't know. You can barely feel it with the nail when you run your fingernail over it. I'm gonna try to get these out, but essentially what that was is the actual mold that was for the sink had this tape on it, this mold tape. So I didn't want the concrete, the concrete sticking to this particle board edges. So I put that tape over it so it would be smooth and, come out. But of course it left a little bit of a line. And so I'm going to attempt to actually sand that out. So I'm going to work on these lines here. And then once I'm done there, I'm going to use this. I've got this slurry. I haven't pulled it out, but feeling it through the bag, it's almost like a talcum powder consistency, super, super fine. You just mix it with a little bit of water. And then you you kind of slather it on like you would like a joint compound or something like that. And although this is the back of the sink, so I don't really care too much, but it's gonna fill all these little voids, these little holes that have popped up. One, these were here when I demolded it, but some of these, as you start sanding, it's a very fine layer right at the top. You start getting these little tiny pinholes that pop up as you sand. And so I want to fill all those. And I also want to try to fill some of these around the corners are not as smooth. You know, it's some of the aggregate in the concrete is showing up. And so I want to see if I can kind of smooth those over. But overall, I'm just so excited at how this thing turned out. It's grammar much. This is only my third concrete project when I think about it. I did bar tops downstairs. I have 2 bar tops, one with this a knockout for a sink and a faucet, and those are like 2 inches thick. And then another one is the top bar where you can belly up to it, and that's kind of slightly curved. And I sanded those, but I didn't fill the pinholes, the little holes that popped up. I left it like that because I thought it was kind of a cool look. This one I want a more smooth, cleaner look in the bathroom. It's, you know, it's a very modern looking, it's like a, it's like an oxymoron in the bathroom. There's a term for it. It's too early in the morning for me to whip out the thesaurus, but it's got a modern look and shape to it, but with the concrete, it's got this industrial look, and then with the rest of the bathroom's got like a wood, one wall is like that recycled wood wall, and so I don't know, I'm hoping it all kind of blends together. I really like it though, but this sucker is heavy. So I'll be using some like 4x4 posts, recycled wood for the base and everything. Anyways, let's get cracking on this and actually try to sand out some of those lines. So I'm gonna try a few different things, wet sanding for a little bit maybe, but I've got this little Dremel with some sandpaper on it. I'm gonna see if that can actually knock it down and go slow and try to get these lines out as much as I can.
She played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance. I met her on Grafton Street, right outside of the bar. She shared a cigarette with me while her brother played the guitar. She asked me, what does it mean? The Gaelic ink on your arm. Said it was one of my friend's songs. Do you want to drink on? She took Jamie as a chaser, Jack for the fun. She got Arthur on the table with Johnny riding a shotgun. Chatted some more, one more drink at the bar. Then put Van on the jukebox, got up to dance. You know she played her fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance with my pretty little Galway girl. You're my pretty little Galway girl. Hey. You know she beat me at darts and then she beat me at pool, and then she kissed me like there was nobody else in the room. As last orders were called was when she stood on the stool after dancing to Kaylee singing to trad tunes. I never heard Carrick Fergus ever sung so sweet. A cappella in the bar using her feet for a beat. Oh, I could have that voice playing on repeat for a week. And in this packed out room where she was singing to me. You know she played her fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance, my pretty little Galway girl. My Galway girl. My Galway girl. My Galway girl. it's closing time. I was holding her hand was holding mine. Our coats both smell of smoke, whiskey and wine. We fill up our lungs with the cold air of the night. I walked her home, then she took me inside. Finished some Doritos and another bottle of wine. I swear I'm gonna put you in a song that I write about a Galway girl and a perfect night. She played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance, my pretty little Galway girl. My, 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 my Galway girl. My, 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 my Galway girl. My, 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 my Galway girl. Hey! I was 24 years old when I met the woman I would call my own. 22 grandkids now growing old. In the house that your brother bought you. On the summer day when I proposed, I made that wedding ring dentist gold. And I asked her father, but her daddy said no. You can't marry my daughter. She and I went on the run. Don't care about religion. I'm gonna marry the woman I love down by the Wexford border. She was Nancy Mulligan, I was William Sheeran. She took my name and then we were one down by the Wexford border.
All right, little, trying to do less talking in all these videos, but you just saw me sanding the hell out of it. Tried the little Dremel. I don't think I got video. I even tried the palm sander. And what's happening is I'm trying to take, I'm not sanding this so much because this is fine. It's just kind of finish sanding. In here in the sink, there's obviously those marks I was showing you before left from the tape. And it's just a hairline, but you know, it's a straight line and it kind of, it shows up. So, but the more I sand, I found in the sink part, I started to actually sand down into some of these fiberglass shards. Not a bad thing. It's not like something sticking up poking you, but it's got a different look than the concrete because it's, depending on how the light catches it, it's a little shiny. So I think I'm comfortable. I'm gonna just live with those lines. So what I've got is the slurry. This slurry I've mixed up. I've got a coat on, just trying to cover all of these pinholes that are showing up and make some of these corners rounded. So I've got a layer on now. I had a layer, then I sanded it with this 120 block. Started with the 60, now I'm at the 120. I'll let this dry again a couple hours, dry sand it to a 120, and just keep proceeding like that. I'll do another coat of slurry, and then I've got blocks, basically. All these blocks here, so what's the next one? 200, then 400, and then these all be the finish. 500, 15, and 3,000. So we'll see. I don't know if I need to go all the way up that high, but you know, it's baby ass smooth right now, which is fine. But the corners is what I really want to attack and get those smooth. So I'll probably, I don't know, maybe I'll go to the 500 or what was this one? The 400, and then I'll clean up, flip it, and actually start making the base for it. And then, you know, I gotta flip it back on its top so I can get the measurements and the spacing of the legs and everything like that. Make that part of it, and then flip it back and maybe do a finish sanding, before it gets sealed up, and you know, we start figuring out how many people I need to help me move the sink inside, because this sucker is heavy. So that's where we're at.